Hello, ladies. Happy Sunday. And welcome to, I don't know what it is. It is an activation. It's not even a class. It's not a training. Like, I have a lot to say to you today. And I know it will call you forward. If you feel the pull for more and want to be called forward to rise to your next level and understand what is actually required to calibrate to your next level version of yourself, however this looks for you, in impact, in income, in power, in confidence, in beauty, in self-trust. This is a conversation, a transmission for you that will shake your soul. I have a lot coming through since last night, and I feel like a totally different, a new, a deeper part of my identity has been unlocked this week. And I know a lot of you are feeling it too. So say hi in the comments. Happy Sunday. Hello, hello. Sonia, bonsoir. Danielle, hello, Danielle. Flavia, hi, hi. Caitlin, hello, Eva. Yes, you see a new jacket, you see a whole new outfit, a whole new identity again. So I had a little celebration of this week, this month, this launch. Oh my God, I will share a lot today. I also have new pants, but I will show you later my whole new outfit. If you follow me on my Insta stories, you know that my undefined G always loves to style in a new way. Oh my God, how are you feeling today? Hi, Carla. Hi, Monica. Ashley. Hello. Boriana. Hello, hello. All my ladies of Cash Codes are here. And I just finished the last celebration call with my ladies of Success in HD. Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie Nickel. It's the first time I see your name. Hello. So please drop your human design type, profile, and authority in the comments so that we get to know each other a little bit more. And while you're dropping it in the comments, I want to give you a little background about what I want to talk about today with you. It's a transmission and activation, a lot of riffing, sharing what came through this week, what I experienced as a line 6, of course, I shared with you, and also what I see as your next step, what I see in a lot of women, what is blocking you from reaching your next version of yourself, your next level, your next vision, this feeling of there is more. And so this is a powerful message what I want to share with you today. And I'm more than excited to do that because this week is blowing my mind. It's just 2 weeks since the free masterclass, and I feel so much has changed. So much. I feel like a totally new woman, different, more anchored, really expanded, elevated in a more grounded, even more powerful, more aligned way. I have hard times to express it, but what you see, you will see next week. Okay, I'm excited, Carla. I'm really excited. Monica, so many women who have joined Cash Codes, and still today, another woman joined Cash Codes. I want to celebrate Nancy, my one-on-one client. She also extended for another month of Boxer and joined Cash Codes today. So we just had the opening call this week as well. So we have 2 weeks ahead. Oh my God, cannot imagine who we all gonna be in 2 weeks. It's like collapsing time right now, quantum leaps everywhere. And so why I put up this training was because I have experienced so many breakthroughs within myself and my clients this week. And I thought, of course, this is my free community here. And I want to share with you a couple of things to support you also on your journey. And also I want to I had a download last night coming through that I cannot not share with you, as always. So a couple of things. First, I have, of course, some green juice and hibiscus tonic to celebrate this incredible week. It has been so much emotion already, Eva. Yes, so good. It has been the most successful launch of my entire business the last 2 weeks. If you have joined my free masterclass, you felt the vibe, the different vibe that I anchored in. The 2 weeks have been insane. I don't know. It was so fun. So much power came through me, so much activation within me, and all the women who showed up in my world suddenly, like, you're all blowing my mind. You are incredible. And so I took a step back yesterday, as always, in my, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Sonia. And I will share the numbers today with you as the first of this launch. Blows my mind. And where was I? Yesterday, yes, yesterday was one day, the first day within these 2 weeks where I really stepped back, unplugged as a projector with a line 2. It's really important to be in my own energy, to integrate it, to celebrate, to sit with this for a moment, and to realize, when you have such high momentum like I have and create so many different things so quickly. Hi, Glennis. You have to take it in for a moment. We cannot quantum leap from unstable ground. So whenever we want to hold higher numbers in our business, it is even more important to really work on the foundation and be anchored and rooted. You all know the saying, root to rise. So if you don't have solid roots and really plug deep into the ground, you cannot rise higher. And otherwise a franticness comes in and you will stumble and fall and will be shaken by things that show up. So I was sitting there yesterday and there was a moment that happened this week. You all know I have a defined heart and I'm always here. And this is what really created so much momentum in my business. My business is just 3 years old. Over 300,000 cash within 10 months this year, consecutive 50K plus months this year. And this month, this biggest month ever, we'll share the number later, up to today. I mean, the month is not over yet. And so whenever you create so much momentum, you have to ground a little bit before you enter your next level, because we always want to also honor where we are and not chasing the next step. And for me, it is really highest value of how I live is always seeking the growth, always looking, where can I work more on myself? Where can I learn more? How can I become a better mentor? Where do I need to clean things up? Where do I need more to be in my integrity with everything in my life? From finances, relationship to money, to my alignment, to my teachings, facing the fear, especially for a defined spleen, has been my compass for growth. So a lot of women, most men face the fear, avoid the discomfort. But I tell you, the faster, hi Tanya, the faster you face the fear, seek the fear, and see that fear is just protecting you and it's actually a compass, because on the other side of fear is so much growth. And on the other, when you walk through the fire and the discomfort, it is unbelievable how much untouched potential is inside of you that you have no idea. So there is a difference between a lot of women that I see saying, I feel called for more, I'm ready. And then a very small percentage who is Ready? Who does it despite the fear and is faster than the mind and the overthinking? And all of you are in crash codes. You are the 1% of the 1%, for example. Like, I just coming into my world, like Ashley, for example, saw me on a live stream, says, yes, come on, let's go, pay in full, I'm in. That's the vibe. And this is how I grew so fast, and always being under mentorship. Hi, Wendy. Always under mentorship, always having someone call me forward. And so there was a moment this week where a lot of things came up. I tell you, this week stretched me so much. On the one end, it was the highest amount of painfuls, money coming. I felt like we're all just going like, I want to join, I'm in, like celebrations over celebrations, money flow, waking up to women saying, I'm in, I'm painful, yes, let's do this. And on the other hand, I was waking up to messages which had me take a moment and take a deep breath, and stretching me, where I was like, who do I want to be in facing situations? Not only in business, but personal, relationship, human to human, emotions, where I got tested. There is the success. Are you able to hold it? Are you able to hold the polarity of massive success, massive momentum, movement forward, manifestations that I've been working on the whole year? And then there was the test of, do you keep rising no matter what? Do you let the littleness of some people in your life pull you down? Do you allow people, situations come into your world and dilute your power, dust your frequency, dim your magnetism? Can you navigate the polarity of emotions, triggers, disappointment, people don't understanding me, how I live my life, how I create the success, wanting to project their littleness and them not willing to move? And I'm not always talking about business people, also in personal life. When people see you rise, they get triggered, they get reminded of their own potential, but they're not willing to move. And you call them, when you go into your power, you are on energetic, your energy will call other people to rise. It's a soul to soul, but the humans, they choose to stay in their comfort, even if the comfort means pain, because the pain is what they know. So when we look at comfort, it's usually the known, what we know and we're used to. Do you agree? And the discomfort is actually in the unknown. And even if the unknown means no pain, more ease, more success. So what happens is that usually our programming is, oh, I'm gonna better stay in the comfort zone, even if comfort means pain and not what I want, and dreaming of things and missing things in life and not being happy with the number you see on your bank account, not being happy with that you don't sell what you want to sell, that you don't have the partner that you want to have, that you don't have the body that you want to have. But you know what? The comfort, the known, is being in your patterns of not holding your commitment and not calling yourself forward to rise to a higher standard. Because in the unknown, I don't know the how. I don't know whether, like, how it's going to be and how I'm going to get there. Even if the guarantee is better than what you're doing right now, many choose the comfort of the actual discomfort because the pain is not big enough. For me, the desire, my defined heart, is always bigger. And I even choose pain in terms of uncomfort of facing a situation for a moment, feeling uncomfortable, to have a tough conversation, to face my fear, do something where I could fail or where I could be not understood, or where something I've never done before. Do you think that speaking here and coming here in front of camera was comfortable at the beginning? Don't you think that I sometimes feel, oh my God, I'm nervous and maybe nobody understands, or I think I'm too much? I still think so, such moments, and have a thought of, oh my God, maybe that was too direct. And then they feel kind of whatever. But then I quickly turn around and say, that doesn't matter. It was what needed to be said in that moment. This is what I wanted to do. I keep growing. I call myself forward. I call myself always my next level self. My soul calls me forward to take action from my next level self. You cannot, this is how we create a different reality and change the evidence of what we see. Nothing in your reality, on your bank account, in your relationship, on your body will change if you wait until something changes. It will only change when you take different action. When you step out of the wanting and being ready to say, I do it. I decide, I declare, I do it, I push the button and sign up, and not just ask for the link. How many of you have asked for a link from someone or asked for information for a program and then not do it? How often have you said, I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow and then not do it? How often do you say, oh, today I wanna just really meditate first and then not do it? How often do you wanna eat healthier and then you eat the cookie? Like, this is wanting and sending out a signal to the universe, but nobody does it for you. And actually nobody forces the cookie into your throat. It's you eating it yourself. So you choose to not rise in that moment. Not pressing live and not sharing the message is choosing to not rise, not facing growth potential. And human design, you can study your whole, you have to be the change you want, absolutely. But even you can study the whole human design thing, but if you actually in those moments don't know how to take action differently, how to speak differently, how to have a different conversation with a client, and have emotional intelligence to not be triggered, nothing will have you live your alignment. You can read all the books and study all the courses. It does not change. I just had this in my family this week and totally fell back into old behaviors and made myself small, but I realized it and changed again. I choose growth. Yes. So awareness is great, Stephanie. And many have awareness, but many don't choose to take action differently. And those are tests, especially with our family. It's like a boot camp, an alignment boot camp, in terms of you get tested. Are you really, how shakeable, how solid are you in your alignment? So what happened this week was there was a situation which I now am very able to clean out things differently. Whenever something comes up in my life and I know it really does not align with my energy, with my values, with my integrity, then I in a very unattached way, can clean it quickly. Like, I'm not attached to money, I give refunds. I'm not attached to people wanting to stay small. I love them still, but then I change the relationship to friends or family, because I know I can be in a relationship, but from a different emotional investment. So so I don't have to prove myself anymore. I don't depend on money, on love, on approval, on confirmation from anything else. I would say the world could go down, the internet could go down, and I'm still good. I can really I say this with so much confidence. I know how to lead myself. I know how to sit with it. I had situations this week coming up. None of my mentors was accessible. It was early in the morning, 5:30 a.m. Things went down. Shit hit the fan, like you would say. And I knew how to navigate it. So this showed me how much I've grown this summer. And these are conversations and topics around this is next level leadership. This is not about how to create an offer. This is not about how do I have my first 10K month or whatever. This is next level, but this is required at any stage of your business. So I wished that I learned these kind of things and how to lead myself and not depend on anything external at the beginning of my business. So I was sitting there, and then there was a moment where I could have cleaned things out quickly and just say, you know what, I don't want to have this life experience. A good what you can ask yourself is always like, okay, is it worth the time, the money, the energy to engage with that, to really go deep and, you know, have a conversation and try to clear things out and sort things out and explain and whatever, and kind of work on it and work through it? Or is it better for both parties to just say, okay, I honor your truth, I have my truth, and I think it's not a good fit anymore? Or when you have friends or whatever, you say, you know what, I focus on my journey for a moment and maybe we come back later together, and kind of clean the things quicker without engaging even more. So there was a moment where like, okay, should I clean this quickly and just have it not in my life experience anymore? Or, and this is now where the next level of you is calling you, or do you face it? Do you hold your standards? Do you hold your truth? And have this person still, like family or a client or whoever is, or the situation in your life, do you have it still in your experience, but you become a different person so that this experience changes? So not the environment or the person has to leave, or the environment needs to leave, something external. Everything stays, but you grow, you rise to your next level and change your mindset and communication and hold your standard, not shrinking, not changing, not going away from what you want. And by that, calling yourself forward so that this whole experience stays in your life, but you grow through it. Do you see the difference? You know, this whole cancel culture is actually bypassing internal growth, because people get canceled out and just say, I clean this, I don't want to be with this person anymore, I don't follow them, I kind of cancel, giving refunds, you know, leaving your ex, not talking to your parents anymore, or whatever. Or do you face the situation, but you hold your standards and still communicate in a respectful, understanding, compassionate way, be bigger than this situation? And this is how we rise. And I was sitting here and I chose to rise and I chose to face it. It was so intense. But I was like, wow, that's next level. And this is where I noticed a big gift of mine is to always call myself to the edge, call myself to the stretch, to the challenge of what's in here for me. How can I grow? And I called this live stream Called Forward to Rise is because what I see in the human design chart is in the pattern, like Stephanie said, I fell back into old behaviors, is because we hold in our centers, in our energy, we absorb other people's energy, we feel suddenly emotions that are not ours, that let us have an experience that is not actually true. We think thoughts that we're programmed to think. And so when we understand, I understood, for example, that I have an open throat. So communicating I have to train and I have to learn how to communicate in a really high manner. And I still improve it with my mentors and talk to them. How can I express myself better? How can I learn to communicate better? With my open emotional center, I pick up all the emotions. I feel the discomfort of this other person. When I hold my power, they feel discomfortable. And I feel it because I absorb it, especially as a projector. So understanding how I experience this reality through my design is an experience, but I can choose a different experience. So I actually chose my next level identity based on my vision of who I know I want to be. Also as a mentor, as a leader, someone who stands out in this industry with truth, integrity, and a positioning of values and an etiquette and respect that I'm missing here in the online space. So what I understand is that a lot of women are the victims of your own power, of your own potential, because you cannot access it fully. And I am here with my next level of, I always ask myself, how can I become a better mentor? How can I become a better leader and hold space for you in this community, for example? As a role model, I go first. So choosing, instead of the path of least resistance, clearing things up quicker to not have this experience. Yes. And then, but also, Anya, calling others forward in terms of, not calling them out. This is the big difference. The big difference between calling out and calling forward. And this is where I see myself even more embodying. I did it already. And now yesterday I was sitting there and I'm like, this is really what's needed in this industry. It's not calling out people, especially for us projectors. We see things going wrong. People can do things better. And some leaders are positioning themselves and want to, stand out by criticizing what they see is not working, what they see is they think is wrong, or what other people do wrong. And that's low frequency. So instead of calling people out, it's like calling people forward. And that's also a difference in your marketing. Anya, everybody who's here in Cash Codes, we go into that next week. Like, I'm super excited for it because especially open throats have let's say a more challenge to find the right words, because we have been conditioned and we kind of have been conditioned to not speak or overspeak to be understood and be heard. So there's an art to understand the open throat. But instead of saying do this, or do not this, or you should be doing it, it's not speaking to the pain points or to their mistakes, or seeing why. This is what I often do with my one-on-one clients. Because we see usually the people who are in front of us, or we see why people are not moving and see what is going wrong. And so we talk about it and what they should be doing, why they are blocked. But I am now, and this was the big difference from the masterclass I taught 2 weeks ago. I'm now calling you forward by reminding you over and over again of your next level version of yourself and your vision, so that you understand, okay, you're totally right. I am a totally different person that I'm now. And so let's match this vision and my actions. This is calling forward. When you talk to the vision of people and remind them of who they really know they are, aka want to be, but it's actually your design. And then they take action and they change their behavior because they know, yeah, my next level self would not do that. Do you see the difference? Instead of saying, I criticize you and I see your blocks and you're blocked because of this and this and this, and you were just emphasizing and pointing on the things that they are usually aware of they're doing, and they kind of feel ashamed, and then they pull back. They pull back and like, yes, yeah, no, I know, you're so right. I'm not moving. I'm just saying that I don't move. So I want to have this conversation with you today. And so this is the one thing that I want, that came through in terms of me as my next level, more embodied version. I anchored into this the last 2 weeks, but it was really, really clear that I see enough failures on my own. That why you set so much in motion for me. Love it. Yes. And you are aware, but we all are aware of these things where I'm like, damn it, I did it again. Or why I always ask my mentor, why do I want this? And I want to change it, and I'm still not doing it. Damn it, again. And then you sit there and you get angry at yourself, and you are frustrated, and you don't know why. Damn, you know better. We all know better. Yes, we all know better. But why don't we do better? Because the doing actually has to come from a higher version of ourselves, which is actually inside already. It is our more aligned version. And so connecting to that power has nothing to do with your external. You don't have to, actually, in that moment, I noticed this is quantum leaping, because I was sitting there and I had the choice of, okay, do I clean this? Do I do not want to have this conversation person, whatever, in my life anymore? And how it is with when you love people. I mean, it's hard to not have them in your life. So what is the more evolved solution which let you grow? And it is a choice. In that moment, I choose my next level self, and nothing needed to change. Not that person, not what this person was doing, saying, just me. And as I experience this, I know you can do it too. So, for example, when we say what we want to do and we don't do it, for example, you ask, I want to join this course or whatever, and you ask for the link. I have so many women in my inbox asking for links. So it means that they feel the pull. And when you feel the pull, you're actually ready, because your magnetic monopole sits under your G center and is pulling you literally to your next step. And when you let your mind kick in and you overthink and you go through the whole list of, oh, does it fit my time schedule? Do I have childcare? Do I have enough money on the bank account? Will I be able to, I don't know, some thoughts in terms of, I already have so many courses that I haven't finished, usually money gens or define third eyes or line one. We have 1,000 courses not finished, which is great, because this is our design. We just study to study, not study to use everything in our business. So first that. So, but if you have these thoughts in your mind, you're actually blocking the magnetic monopole, the pull. So when you feel the pull, you're ready and everything is available, and you have to just trust and not let those thoughts even come through your voice or your fingertip, in terms of not clicking that button. So instead of saying, okay, I'm ready, the question is, what would your next level self do? And then just do it. Or I'm here to call you forward and to remind you of the bigger version of you. And the bigger version of you, this is also what I see is here, the bigger version of you also calls other people, your audience, your clients forward by, like Anya said, by rising yourself, you showing that you allow yourself to be called forward, you growing. But also calling them forward by what you have to say and what you see in them as their highest potential, not what you see in them as they're doing wrong, or, also not talking about things that everybody else is talking about. And this is the second part that I want to talk about today. I see with every human design type, and then going deeper into the profiles and into the centers. And you girls in Cash Codes, we're going to do all this next week, so you're all set. There's a specific message that is inside of you. And while I was creating the audios for Cash Codes, by the way, girls, do you love them as much as I did as creating them? I created audios for each human design type to connect really to their next level version of themselves. And there is something in us for each type, and then going deeper into the specifics of your design that is blocking you to fully move forward. And this is usually the thing that will call others forward, that will call others into your offers, into your experiences, that will call others to join your group, that will call others to sign up with you. And if you neglect this is a feeling, they are on fire. Yes, I will create more of those. See, this is exactly the difference between me just teaching or me activating you. And this calling you forward, activating you, is way more powerful in that way than teaching you about human design. That's why I don't want to do that anymore. It's too dry. There's no embodiment. So what I see is that the second part I want to talk about today is this: what does it mean called forward to rise in this industry? It means you have to stand out. It means you have to be unique and innovative and fresh and bring something new to the table. And last night, that was also what came through. And all of you who watched my stories, you saw me sitting here at 3 a.m. like channeling and writing things. And I totally knew this. I felt this as a projector and Aquarius. That's why I create so much new. That's why I'm always I'm in my zone right now. Since 2021, Aquarian age, that's why my business blew up. It is because now I feel like I'm finally, the world is ready for my things. And still, I feel, I still have to be patient till next January, actually, then the big boom will come for me. So the success that I have so far is nothing compared with what come in January. I already know this, so I always have to be patient. However, I not want to wait, and I will speak what I see so that the ones who already also feel the vibe of what I sense, what I'm craving, and a lot of you have responded to my Insta stories that you also crave something new, that you want, that you see so many same in this industry. And what is, the thing is that there are coaches out there, and you have to choose now. You have to tell me who you want to be. Okay, girls? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a coach who helps people with what you do, who is, good at what you're doing, and you kind of make some money with it, and kind of blend in the industry and be one of those coaches who does what coaches do, like coaching coaches? Or, yes, Victoria, projectors here, I'm a leader. Or do you feel called, do you have the vision of a high level coach, someone who's not average, someone who is really avant-garde, ahead of others, innovative, unique, who stands out and get hired by your clients, not because of what you do, in terms of And this is what shifted for me from last month to this month and even beyond, in terms of, okay, tell me what to do. Tell me the how to get new clients, how to post on Instagram, the how-to strategy. But it's more about standing out and activate others to lead themselves by who you are. So that then the whole conversation is not anymore, okay, I'm going to sign up for your course. Can you tell me how many calls, when those call times are, how many modules, what is all included, what do I learn? Do you think this is best for X, Y, that result? I want to hit this income goal. Show me how to get to this income goal, and kind of approaching everything with a logic mind. Do you want those type of clients, or do you want to have just people in terms of, I feel called forward. There's something so big inside of me. I cannot access it myself. Show me where are my blind spots. Show me what is the energetic shift. Unlock this thing in me. I feel so pulled to your energy. Something is activating me. And I know when I am in your energy, I feel more confident. I feel more seen. I believe in myself more because I know you believe in my vision. You get me. You understand me. We talk the same language. Finally, I find home. Let's do this. Here's my investment. How can I pay in full? I know it's going to expand me, and I know my results will come anyways because money is only a byproduct. And I know when I trust myself and I'm more excited to work with you, I am more creative, and then I stand out, and then I show up for camera and I'm more magnetic. Do you see on a rampage I am right now? This is the vibe, how I signed up with my new mentor, because she called me forward, and this is the vibe I want to work with women. And so then there's no question about, okay, send me the link, and then they never show up again, because it's like, okay, link, boom, done, I'm in. And so many of you are exactly that vibe, and Cash Codes was, wow, that signed up in that way. And now it's about you becoming that mentor for your clients. But here's the thing. Yes, Tanya, you're an activator. And the thing is, I see as a projector still something not fully activated in you. We all have that little thing. And then there's another little thing in our next level. But that's okay. That's totally okay. So my question is, when you see this vision of, I am a leader, I'm an igniter, I ignite you to lead yourself, then the question is, how are you leading yourself? One thing. How do you show up as a client in containers? One thing. And then the second thing is, when we talk about impact, when we talk about income, then what I'm missing in this industry, and here's the thing, you are the first to hear that, and you bet next week I'm going to go out and create content and call others forward. There are so many coaches out there making massive amounts of money, having insanely high rates, which is good. Everybody can choose their rates. But that amount of money is always a relation to the impact they make. And there's a difference between the numbers of people, the width, the numbers, or the depth. Just because you have a lot of people in your courses and you make a lot of money doesn't mean that you call them forward and you make a deep impact. It just means that you sell a lot of offers. So what I'm missing in this industry is, and I really sat there this week, and I experienced it myself with mentors I have worked with, was sitting there, how many of my mentors really called me forward? You know me, whoever mentored with me, especially one-on-one, no, I am pretty tough. I'm pretty direct, but I do it not to call you out, but to call you forward. I was the hardest yoga teacher in town. I practice Ashtanga. I have such a devotion to this practice, to my teachers. And every time, like, I am raised in that culture of tough love, because I do not serve you if I feed your patterns and sugarcoat you. And so what I was missing is really, okay, there's so many who are taking, let's say, for a private coaching, $8,000 per month, okay, or $12,000, $15,000 per month, whatever. But not just, there's this thing about proximity and being available for answers and answering questions. So, you know, there's one thing to hire a coach just to answer questions and to have access to her, kind of on speed dial. Yeah, this is proximity and paying for that. But if I just get answers when I ask questions and then don't hear from them, how much are they really calling me forward? So while I, in my Voxer, for example, don't mother and run after my clients, I once in a while say, hey, come on, if you tell me you're good, we have to find a thing we're not good. Because there's always something to improve. Always. That's a defined hard thing. I know. And not from I'm not good enough, but from refinement. It's an art. It's a mastery. And you cannot become a piano player by just playing piano once a week. I mean, you can, but it takes longer. But if you say, I want to be the best piano player in town, then you better put more effort in. But not in terms of slavery and effort and hard work. But I noticed with my, and I posted my yoga practice today on my, that's why I post my yoga practice so often right now on my Instagram, which I usually don't do. But to give you an idea about where I have that from, it is coding my identity to mastery. No, Tanya, it's not only your growth. You have to lead them. You have to talk to them. You have to be able to hold them when they're kicking and screaming and projecting onto you and hating you in that moment, where you tell them and reflect back to them, or when you activate something in them, what they don't want to face. So this your growth itself will call others forward is a little bit of sugarcoating it, the truth. So when I ever have women, when I know right away. So when I see how women appear in my inbox, message me, talk to me, argument with me, having excuses with me, ghosting me, then I know how their clients show up in their inbox because they are available for that kind of kindergarten. Yes, it's a road. Yeah. Yes. So you see here, I have a lot of things to say about this. And I say this with so much love, because if nobody talks about this, nothing can change. Yeah. So emotionally, I don't call anyone out. So if you feel bad, don't feel bad. I call you forward. How can you lead yourself in your own communication with others better, so that you see that when others treat you this way, you're not available for it anymore. You lead others, you have different standards, higher standards, different boundaries. So the new conversation I want to have with women leaders in my new programs and also in my one-on-one work is about those topics. It's not anymore the how do I get my client on social media? How can I post better on Instagram? It's not about your business anymore. It is about you as a woman behind the business. Because this is a conversation that will change your life if you want to change other people's lives. And this will actually have you stand out as a leader. Because what happens right now, there are a few leaders and there are many who are reciting, copying, being too much influenced. Impact is one thing, getting into power and developing emotional intelligence and becoming more confident, that's great. But influence means you take on something that is not yours. And if you want to call people forward and have them rise, you cannot talk to them with a message of someone else who calls you forward. It doesn't work. It is like me now talking Chinese to you because I'm mentoring with a Chinese mentor. And you go like, huh, what is she talking about? So I have to speak my own coding because I have a certain code that will activate. It's like a little key, something in you. If someone else would tell you that, exactly the things that I'm talking to you right now, you would go like, yeah, I hear you, but I'm not touched. It's not soul to soul. So there's a soul code, which actually I feel more like and this is an open throat. I feel like your soul is speaking through me to you. And so what I want to emphasize here is that if you want to create momentum, massive momentum in this industry, like this is such a line 2 moment. I was sitting here and reflecting, and this is what I want to teach everyone in Cash Codes. We will do that next week, that you create, and this is mastery. This takes practice, so much self-awareness, self-reflection about what did I went through, what did I learn, what is my conclusion, my essence, my method that I developed, and this is a message that I share with the world. But this is nothing I have picked up from my mentors because my mentor told me that this is the thing, what you got to do, and then I turn around and put that into a post. So what I notice very often, the more I get into my power, I go on, you saw me going live in these 2 weeks a lot. So I have a lot to say. I'm really anchored into a more potent version of myself, and I will not stop. But what then happens is I see as a projector, I don't stalk, but it just catches my eyes. It's my gift, it's my genius. I see my words appearing on other people's posts. There's a difference between a collective theme and more people are talking about the same topic. And there is something where people take the words, take the things because they heard it, and then they kind of bring it into a form that is not fully themselves. I don't say copying, but you get me, right? It's influenced. So there is, I call it, I will go into this in Cash Codes next week. There is social sourcing, where we source information, learning from society. This is parents, teachers, mentors, other people, social media. And there's soul sourcing, from our soul evolution, from our soul journey that comes from inside, that comes into you from a moment where you are so connected and aligned with yourself, God, and the universe. And this can be sparked by an inspiration from someone else, but then I always call you forward to take it deeper, to run it through your own system, through your own experience. And so what I see, Victoria shared this today with me, like, yeah, I'm helping people with how-to things, and they ask me, how do I do this, and I help them to do that, but actually I want to talk about something totally different. And I tell you, the reason why people come to you is because you speak about the things that you do, and not so much, and you speak about the things that you can help them with. It's because as a projector you see it, but actually we need to shift it into soul to soul conversation about what you want them to call them forward, speaking to their next level, activating that. This is a different marketing and messaging approach, and I go deeper into cash codes next week about this, because this is how to call in your next level client. It starts with you speaking from a next level version of yourself. Yes, Anya, but when I look at certain things people put out there and not have even embodied, like for example, if you have not yet created 10K in your business and you talk about wealth, or if you have not yet hit that, you know, you're want to lose 100, you lost 50 pounds, like not you, Anya, I mean in general, people are losing weight, and then they kind of talk about things they want to achieve rather that they have achieved. Because what often happens is that a lot of women don't think that what they have achieved so far is enough. So I would rather, I bet, and we will talk about this next week, I bet that you would get more clients when you teach just about the piece you have embodied, and the embodiment comes from your own stories. So if someone talks about wealth, I want to hear your wealth story. When you talk about soul client attraction, I want to see your experience and your conversation about really soul clients. What do you do with them? What are your experience with them? What is the challenge with them? When you talk about premium pricing, like what is the offer? What is the price level? When you talk about relationships and calling in this man, and then I want to hear your relationship story, your breakup, your, you know what I mean? I want to hear stories that hook me, because everything else is so paraphrased, like wealth and magnetism and, you know, even alignment. It's just a empty word. And so it's, and the reason why this happens in this industry right now is because it works for some coaches. They are very successful with that. And so a lot of women are taking that, what works for others, and try it on. It's like, you know, it's like suddenly everybody of you would wear leather jackets because I'm wearing them, and you go like, oh, it suits her well. And obviously it creates a vibe for her. So I gotta buy one too. And this is what I see. Sonia was telling me the same today. Like you see some people starting mentoring with big mentors and suddenly they look like them. Do you know what I mean? And this does not really happen consciously. It really is especially with all your open heads, you have to be very, very, very careful with all this, and open G centers, because it happens naturally. And if you're not aware of it, it just dilutes your own message. And what usually, when I look at your Instagram now, it is usually something that you talk about that either sold in the past and was kind of working at some point, or that is something that you think gonna sell, or it is something that you think works because you see a lot of other people using the same topics and terminology or something. So it's all coming from the social sourcing. And it's not coming from soul sourcing. Yeah. And so it is not about anymore fitting into this industry, girls. It's really about, yeah, like clones. Exactly. And we need to stand out. And if nobody starts this revolution, this industry will not evolve. That's the point, because it is about the masses. It is not about like one woman or a couple of simple, like some few coaches cannot evolve a whole collective or industry. It is not possible. It resolves into a couple of leaders are evolving. It will stay this pyramid, and we are going into the Aquarian age. After 2027, it will be more about self-leadership. So this pyramid scheme, what we see in this industry right now, a couple of few successful coaches determine kind of the trends, and then everybody does the same. It has to break up. So as me, as an Aquarius and a projector, I want to actually see more women holding their word and doing what they say. If you want to sign up, don't just ask for the link, do it, click it. If you want to put this offer out there, do it no matter what, like just don't sit on it. And I also want to see more women when they say, yeah, I feel called to make a big change, but then doing the same things like everybody is doing, there's no change. Do you see that? So we need to, I'm bored. Like I'm really, as an Aquarius, I went live today, or the last days, and I saw my things popping up all over. It's like, okay, obviously that happens, but I'm not talking about it, because I'm not giving you a favor if I don't express it, because then there's no awareness around it and you cannot become better. So I'm asking myself, actually, why are these big coaches not calling their people out? Forward, not out, forward. Have you ever thought about that? And like, I mean, I do it because I want you to stand out in your uniqueness. Whenever I see one of my clients kind of modeling my things, which is totally normal, it happens all the time. I did it myself at the beginning until I found a coach who called me forward. So I bring that to my clients, and I would not be here in my uniqueness, in my way, if I hadn't been called forward. So this is just very, I'm like, I don't know why they don't do it. I don't know. But here's the thing. I want to ask you something. What is the vision that you hold for yourself and your business? Like, really feel into this. What do you want? What is the vision of you as a woman, as a leader? I want to hear. Let me rampage on that. What do you want people to rise up to call them forward? What is your vision as a coach, as a high level coach? Because high level coaching is not same. High level coaching means I want to go deep with people. I don't have customized cookie cutter things. I really want to, I have like high quality experiences. This is high level coaching. A big vision of that. What is it? Let me hear in the comments. And then also add some numbers to it. What is your next level vision income goal that would match that vision? Give me some numbers, because it is actually, as I said, the impact of that number is not depending on the amount of offers you sell. That is math, that is logic, that is $1,000 per offer, multiple 20 people buying it equals 20,000 launch. No, that's not how we think. The impact is depending on the depth of your work. So the number is important because it correlates to it. Are you all typing right now? I don't see comments. I guess so. And so what is required here is that when you have this big vision, then we need to look at, okay, is then what you put out there right now matching that? I want to be the health confidence coach I wished I had. Ah, exactly. See, Eva, it's exactly this. Like I say, I wanted to be called out. So this is also what I now bring to the table. Called forward, not called out. Yeah. So when we have then this vision, it is about, okay, how does this match right now what you embody, what you message, what your offers are, and also does it match your pricing? Does it match your pricing? Does your big vision that you have about yourself and your business, does it match your current reality? Does it match how you act, how you respond, how you price your offers, how you show up on social media every day, what you say from that point? Danielle, my current high-level offer is for 3 months. I love to work with my people. I'm person, so it's required for me to be supported, to be able to create these experiences, to be beyond what my clients could ever imagine. I feel best when I have support to go big for my clients. Exactly. So do you have the clients who pay that, Danielle? Do you also have the clients who nourish you, not only be able to pay it, because it's not just the amount of money someone can pay, it's about attracting the client who nourishes you so much that you actually do not need the money to feel supported because your client is not draining you. It's a difference. Energetically, it's a difference. And so that would be something we look into in cash codes to attract the right clients that can pay you, but also that nourish you, so that you don't have the money as a compensation. This is also something, to be compensated for your work. It's bullshit. If you do what you love, you will be so nourished by it that you don't need a compensation for it because you don't lose anything. So I want to see you being innovative. I want to be feeling something new, that you burn for your message, that you are not holding back, that there's no, that there's fire and energy and passion in the words. That was the eye opener this weekend. I try to be the same fitness nutrition coach on social, instead of saying I do it differently, and that's okay. And so are my clients. Eva, I'm so excited to hear more about this on Voxer. And all of you girls who are in cash codes with Voxer, like, don't hold back. Squeeze everything out of these 2 weeks. I'm tomorrow in Voxer again for you. Like, really use it. Lead yourself in there. Like, call yourself forward and share that. Yeah? We can bust through things so fast. You and I in a conversation, it's like this. It creates so much momentum. I just raised my standards this week with a new offer. I have had some very nourishing clients, intending to have more now that I feel depleted, but it's not really on them. It was on me. Okay, created things that didn't nourish me. Yeah, absolutely. It's good that you changed that. And there's also something to look into in your human design. Where does this come from that you don't feel nourished? Like, there's certain things in your open centers, conditioning, yeah, where you always will be certain vulnerabilities that come with every every client, like you, there is a certain energy exchange, right, that we have. So I want to ask you, do you feel that you are innovative? That you bring something new and fresh to the table? Is it that you have something that is so exciting for you and that you feel, nobody has talked about this because it's mine. It's like, I have created that. And maybe you have talked to this about this to your clients behind the scenes, but not in front of it. Because it is so pretty simple. The Aquarian age, do you know, it's all about innovation. It's all about innovation, and it's all about stepping out of the box that so many are in. Yes, Anya, I guess that. And we're now about to bring it out. Yes. So innovation, and here's really the important thing. Before you think now, like, oh my God, but it's what is really new? I mean, new in terms of, we cannot, as I said, there's a collective topic that we go all through, and you see certain topics popping up in the industry because more people need to hear this. But new and innovative is in your unique way, with your unique codes that you only have. And it is pretty simple that your innovation, the newness that you can bring to the table, is not sitting there and thinking about what am I good at and what have I done and what could be different, how can I say it differently. I was sitting there last night and like, it's so simple. Your innovation, the innovation that you bring into this industry, is your design. Your innovation is your gift. Your innovation lies in your unique leadership, how you lead yourself, your experience. Nobody has that. I mean, let that sink in. The more you live your design, the more you stand out. But so many women fear to not fit in, to don't be liked, to look different than the other coaches, because obviously they're very successful. So that is mainstream. So this is it right now. This is trendy right now. So I better kind of look like they and talk what they are talking about. But it's not. Your innovation is your unique gift. It is your definition. It is your profile. It is your channels. It's your gates. It is not only your type. It is really the specifics of it. And then, even if you know this blueprint, it's how you live it. And this changes differently with who you are with. So now I have different centers even more activated, more gates activated with my throat. Why? Because I'm live rather than when I'm not live. So our design is always living and breathing with who we are with and interacting. It's never, it was just a screenshot, a snapshot of your birth time where you were born, but it's a living and breathing, energetic beingness of you. And so the innovation that you can bring into this industry to stand out and be seen by your people who need your codes is by you stepping out of the box that you put yourself in, especially your manifestors. And your innovation happens the moment you change the stories you tell yourself for years that define your identity. And this is the biggest part, that the stories that you tell yourself, why Eva cannot be a different nutrition coach, why Anya is hiding the things that she only shares with her clients, why Danielle is now drained because you think you had to do things for clients because you feared that they don't get the results if you do things differently. Those stories define your identity. And now we go back to your vision identity of wanting to be that coach and the identity you are operating from here, and how the industry and how your clients experience you. These stories form your image about yourself and why you cannot be different. Yes, Tanya, I know, girl. Guess what? If you were joining Cash Codes, you would be blown away. You would like not Natalie is not here. Is Natalie on here? She's the other manifestor in Cash Codes. She's like blown away just by day one. We just had 2 days. We just started Thursday, so there was the welcome call. You can still join, girl. Today Nancy joined, so the doors are open. We have not dove into the deep stuff. We were just connecting to your next level identity. And so my question is, do you really want to be a shadow version of someone else's light? Because obviously that is working for someone else, to play it safe. Or do you want to play bigger? And then now I'm calling you forward. And this is especially, I mean, girls in Cash Code, you're already well supported. It's everybody who's not in either in Cash Codes or in another way of working with me, because it's this, when you, why the stories like that form your image about yourself, why you cannot be different, why what you feel inside of you cannot come to the first surface, why you're pushing it down and you pushing yourself back into a box that someone else has created and that sells very well. It's why we try to be liked, we try to be understood, we try to fit in. And this is why we take on other people's message. And this is why you don't see the results in your business, because other people's message is a diluted message of yourself, and it don't connect and doesn't call forward your people. And this is a big gap that I see. But then they came back later and thanked me, or I started setting now new boundaries for myself and giving myself permission to climb out of a box. And the moment I did that, the client didn't take it well. But then they came back later and thanked me for stepping into my light, giving them permission to let go of their own stories. Yeah, absolutely. And so I think it's time, girls, that we create a shift in this industry. And the money actually that is related to the money that you make is actually related to the amount, to the stories that you tell yourself. Let's say it this way. And the money you're making right now is still, even if it's more money, like for me, for example, this month and this launch was super successful, but it's still a little bit a dialed down version and reflection of my next level self. This is how we grow. So there's nothing wrong with what you're doing right now. There's only something wrong if you don't change it and you don't call yourself forward and don't do the thing that you know it's time for. And because I do not want to see any powerful woman who has so much that I see in you, the full potential that I see in you, I don't want to be that you go out into the world as a covered up version of yourself, covered up by other people's codes. Because other people's codes will deactivate your own codes. And I want you to be fully activated. And so what comes up is a feeling of inadequacy, not good enough, numbness, exhaustion, being not understood, fear of being too much, too loud, fear of not following the rules, generators, fear of, oh, I feel I'm all over the place. I need to choose one thing, streamline, all that. It takes the life force out of us, right? Don't you, like, have you ever had this feeling that if you whenever you cannot be yourself, you feel really, you're kind of drying out. It was the worst for me as a high-level business consultant to not be seen, to be not full in my power. I felt so bored. And it sucked the life out of me. So if you feel that you're either outgrowing your clients, if you don't feel challenged by what you do, if you don't feel excited about your work, and you're more driven by feeling being on a leash and hold yourself back and watch your words, we have to change that. Because your next level, your soul is calling you forward. It's that it is time to change it. And so the version that we are here right now, as a woman that you are right now, is not the woman that you feel is inside of you. When I look at your business from an outside perspective, when you look at yourself, how you show up in your business, it is not, tell me, is it a match to this feeling that you know her inside of you? Or is it that you sit there and like, I'm called for something bigger. I want to work with the millionaires in this world. I have so much to give. How can I find these clients? I feel not seen. I don't feel understood. I fear that if I really bring that out, nobody will be there anymore. So it's now upon you to choose. Do you want to play it safe? Do you want to stay average? The average coach, the average fitness coach, the average feminine magnetism coach, like everybody else is in his feminine magnetism, the average wealth coach, the average whatever alignment human design coach. That's why I stepped away from only talking about human design, because I never, like, that was the worst thing for me since childhood on. I never wanted to fit in. Never. It was the worst. Feeling not special, feeling like everybody else. The whole bullshit new age spirituality movement of saying we're all the same, we're all connected. I'm like, go away. I don't want to be the same like that person. I wanted always, this is Aquarius. This is such a rebel inside of me. I want to be unique. Like, if you want to put me in a box and dress me like everybody else, like, this was the worst, that my parents closed my sister and me. We are not twins, but we were always closed the same. When I started playing tennis, she started playing tennis. When I went to dancing, she started playing and dancing. I'm like, I want to be myself. I want to be something unique. I want to do it my way. Don't want anyone do it like I do. That's why whenever I put something out, a creation out there, and I see someone and takes it and does it the same, I'm like, no, girl. That's not how we play here. I'm going to call you forward. So, Monica, if you want to be the rebel, you got to just break the rules, right? You got to dial it up. Yeah. So you cannot be the people pleaser and the rebel at the same time. Rebels are okay if other people are choosing not to be rebels, but you will find your rebel tribe and have the best party. As soon as someone said, we always do it this way, something in me said, let's do it differently. Yes, I want to be a colorful zebra. Yes, Flavia, you're so cool. Many gens are the colorful zebras. Yes. Because here's the thing, choose mediocrity or high maintenance. I think I'm high maintenance, and I'm here for it. I'm not play with mediocrity. I don't play with average. I play avant-garde. Do you want to fit in line, or do you want to be iconic? I choose iconic, and I know my design is iconic. So what I do is I do everything. I invest in myself, multiple 5 figures per month. To understand myself better, to be called forward, so that I become even more iconic. And I have big visions. And you see me moving, that's why. And so if you stay attuned and claim to be extraordinary, your message, your offers cannot look ordinary. Like if you say you're a woman, really an extraordinary woman, and I know it, you feel her inside, right? Say yes in the comments. If you feel you're an extraordinary woman, made for extraordinary things in this world, bigger than anyone else could ever dream and imagine, do you feel this pull? Yes. Then we cannot play in ordinary. We cannot play safe. We cannot play in logic. And this needs to be broken here. And you cannot look the same. Your Instagram feed cannot look the same. Your words cannot be read on any other people's page. I want to see stories. I want to see heart and tears and activation and what you think as a messy feed. I want to see you, not hiding behind whatever color and font you think is perfect for your feed. And so I'm really calling forward the woman in you who wants to bring a bigger version to your life and is done with comparing yourself anymore to anyone else. Because the thing is, you have to understand this. Comparison doesn't make sense anyways, because you are so unique. Your design is your innovation. So your design is so unique. So you cannot compare what you do to anyone else, because you cannot compare apples and pears. It's a different DNA. It's a different design. So why are you comparing yourself with others and try to be like others? It's like a banana wants to become an apple. It's not possible. It is not productive. It makes you feel like shit, not good enough, and it keeps you stuck. Yes, Ashley, absolutely. And we will uncover that thing. Like, how would you like to look at like? And why do you think it won't work? So I want to call forward the woman who still feel shaky in your energy behind you, knowing she has so much more to give. And that's okay. If you feel shaky, it's okay. We all do. That's why we have mentors. That's why you're not alone. That's why you're here. That's why I support you. When you absorb so much from everyone with all the open centers, this is my challenge. No, it's not, Lisa. I only have 4 centers defined. So I'm also very, very open. It's about you learning to lead yourself. And it starts with holding your word and doing what you know you're meant to do, and not then going back. So it is really not a challenge. You tell yourself it's a challenge. It's just that you don't know how to navigate it yet because nobody had taught you. And it's totally okay. And I don't like it whenever I hear someone saying, oh, my design has this challenge, or I'm missing this. You're designed for success. That's why this group is called Design for Success. You have everything in your design that you need to become fucking wealthy and super successful in what you're doing. You have to just stop doing all the things that you're telling yourself. Why not? And those stories are actually not your voice. It's your parents, mom, dad, grandfather, teachers, husband. All their stories are in your head. So I want to ask you, are you ready to break free from this version of yourself, from these stories? Because I want to call forward a new type of woman and feminine leader who walk on the edge. I already talked about the edge in my masterclass, and it will come in November. And I know it's going to be a 4-week deep dive intensive one-on-one work with me after cash codes. So everybody who is in cash codes, of course, you can join then the Edge. But I'm also here in this community, and I really want to call forward women who are now willing and claiming, declaring to walk at the edge and calling yourself forward every day. What does not mean walking at the edge? Where is it playing safe rather than the edge? The edge is always a little bit shaky. It's risky. It's walking in the unknown. But it is what this is for, what my work is for. And if you feel called to join cash codes, please message me. If you feel called to want to work one-on-one with me, 1 month of Boxer or 3 months of mentoring, please message me. It is now is the time. You only have this moment, like this decision. Later will never come. And this is what I'm now creating is really for the woman who is this new type of woman, a feminine leader who wants to walk on the edge and not anymore walking on beaten tracks, following the masses in this industry. Do you see that most of you are walking on beaten tracks? Everybody else, like masses and thousands and thousands of coaches are walking on these beaten tracks, following one coach, one movement, one trend in this industry. My question is, are you willing to step out from these tracks? And are you ready to slip off other people's shoes that never were yours? Are you courageous enough to set your naked footprint on fresh sand? Can you imagine this image? This came through last night at 3:30. I want to walk on fresh sand. Nobody has walked this path before. So unique. And my footprint, I leave my footprint on this earth with the work that I do, and that's my legacy. And I'm willing, and I ask you if you are too, say yes in the comments. I'm willing and declare to take up more space. To take up more space in this industry, in my life, in my private life, in my conversations, in my daily routine, in my schedule. Are you ready to shake things up with your powerful message, with your coding, with exactly the message that you have only shared behind the curtains? And instead you were watching others and think, oh, their message sounds so much better. I want to walk with women footprints, Wendy. I'm willing and declare that I will take up more space in my life, my business, health, and everything. Yes. I want to walk with women and call women forward who do what they say, who follow through with their word, and not allow any story, any excuse, anything come in her way. And I want to walk with her, next to her, not in front, next. Like, that's co-creation, that's an experience to rise together. And I want to work with women who also allow other women to watch her, to walk with her. I have a vision and I'm working towards it, and I will shine with my own uniqueness. Yes. You know, we will see that. Like, this is always so, I want to be very honest here. Like, this is the vision, the idea, and yes, this feeling. And you're now, once this live stream ends, kind of wake up and like, oh, I'm in my life again. Okay. Now it's about the challenge. The real challenge begins to hold that vision and take action from that vision, from that person every day in the little moments. Because when you step out of this energy, it's harder for you to hold it. That's why I see so many women having dips in income, because they're not able to hold it. There is a client and then there's no client. There is a high income month and then there's dip, up, and down, up and down. And you want to hold it without me riffing and cheering you on. And this only happens if you stay longer in that energy until you activate your own codes and you recode your identity. Because you do not have to prove anyone anything. You don't have to, yes, beautiful little steps, Flavia, absolutely, you're taking steps. Ashley, you will hold it. We just started with catch codes. Yeah, but the Voxer is always the closest thing, and there's always a next step of private mentoring, whatever, we know that. So ask yourself, what would be the next step for you in those things of your investments, of the next step in your creations, the next step in also your health and your environment and your everyday routine. There's always things to clean up. So I want you to look at what you're creating. What are your words? There's nothing to prove. You have, like, this really hit me. Your design is your innovation, your uniqueness, your most profitable way of being and doing business. You don't have to prove anyone anything. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait until whatever happens. It will also not be given to you. So the feeling that you want to have when a client signs up for you, it has to be in you first. Nothing to wait, but you to declare, to claim that it's your time, that you go and do it, that you not only want it, you go and do it, and you step out and reinvent yourself. And this is what we're going to do in Cash Codes next week. Like literally recoding your identity, reinventing yourself, and then the business is a reflection of it. I'm so here for it. And I saw it with myself, like this feels so different now. And your design is the key to unlock it all. It always comes back to it. There's nothing outside that you need to add to it. Nothing. It's all inside of you. And there's so much more waiting for you. You feel it. You feel the pull. And so you're now willing to declare, to rise up to it, to take action from her, and to call yourself forward every day. And it's time to take action from her now. Excited and a little scared about the next step. This is exactly great that you share this, Eva. I do it all the time. I'm always scared in terms of there is a certain shaky energy with it, but that's calibration. That's actually what calibration is. And I call this live stream first, Calibrate to Your 50K Month. And so I want to bring it back to you. I know how fast things can change. And so when you want really to create momentum in your business, and for me, big things have changed to create consistent 50K months, and which have created, you saw me the last 2 weeks, right? And it was just a declaration to go all in. I hired a new mentor. I allowed a new message to come forward. Most of you have joined the masterclass and watched me. And the ripple effect you felt within yourself. And so within 12 days, the manifestation catched up, and it turned out to be a 62,000 plus some small numbers launch in sales, 62,000. And it was a 32,000 plus cash in 12 days. My mind is blown. And it is not because you paid me that money. It is because I decided on Tuesday was the masterclass. On Monday night, I had an intensive with my new coach. I had a script for the masterclass already fully prepared, and I screw it. I deleted it I pulled up a new page, and all night I was channeling what I brought into the 3-hour masterclass on Tuesday. And you know what? Today, we're already nearly 2 hours in this. Do you get it? This is the new level of me to being able to bring something for free for you, where I'm like, I want to share this message because I cannot not do it. I want to call you forward. That's the next level that I want to activate in you. And it can change in one session, in one moment. And so it is about the momentum that you can create in your business when you have someone that sees you like I do. When I look at your chart, when I look at your business, and things can change so quickly, that then the how to do it, like Eva said, a little scared about the next step. Okay, let's talk about the next steps. And then that is just actually giving you permission to do it. I believe that you know the next steps. I believe it. And it's more about you telling you different stories and recoding those stories. And so with all that being said, when you feel that you have this bigness inside of you and you want to create more momentum in your life, then I want to give you an invitation and an opportunity to unlock that momentum with me. And so next week, I'm going to host the Momentum Masterclass. And I want to make it a really easy yes for you in terms of saying yes to yourself and creating the right next momentum, the right next step for you. So that you understand that a momentum comes from just unlocking that decision in you. It does not have to take a whole strategy, a whole plan, a whole 2-month, whatever preparation of your offers. What I'm going to do in this Momentum Masterclass is really calling you forward and looking at your design and looking what you're doing right now so that you know that one next step that will pivot it all. And it will be, I will share all the things that how I created this 32 cash launch, like cash in, 90% painful, but that is just the result. What happened beforehand was an unlocking deeper things in my design, recoding certain beliefs. So everybody who is here on here, you have a story that you tell yourself why this momentum is not possible. And I know for each of you, the design, your energy is usually that powerful. And then equally, there is a story that powerful that blocks it. So in the Momentum Masterclass next week, we will unblock it. And this masterclass gonna be so mind-blowing, changing for you, like you felt it right now. And if you want to be activated in that energy, then put momentum in the comments, because what we're gonna do is you bring your things to the table and I will help you to unlock it. I will coach you. I will share my story, how I created that. And most importantly, I tell you what I see, what that one thing is. For manifestors, you know, girls, there is still this box. There is still this box that is closed with your beliefs. For money gens, there's a sparkliness, the all over the place that we want to allow yourself to show to the world. Projectors, you see what you see, and this is what you need to get out. And your generators, you got to break the rules, girls, but breaking the rules starts within yourself, your own rules that you're living by, actually. So if you're here to create some more momentum in your business, in your life, I want to invite you to this Momentum Masterclass to get coaching from me to create your momentum in your business. Like all into that one thing that will unlock you to calibrate to your next level. So if you feel in that energy, you feel activated, you want that more, you are the woman like, yes, now finally, let's create that momentum. You can put momentum in the comments. And it's gonna be a so amazing experience together. And because I know how that feels when you sit there and you watch yourself again taking action from your current identity, and you still have this feeling of, no, I want that matching my identity, my vision, and my business. And we're going to close that gap so that you know what that gap is. That there's no Hella says momentum, yes. Hella is now the generator who gets going. Yes, momentum, Monica, amazing. Yes, we want momentum, right? So I know how it is. I sat there on Monday with my mentor, and it was, okay, I faced it. She called me forward, and I will call you forward. And I know, and I'm honoring all these women who are now ready to really follow this pull. And I'm gonna answer all your questions. I give you coaching. We spend time together. So I light your fire under your butt. And what most important is that you have the clarity about what is the story, what is this one block. And then everything can change. It's gonna be massive. So, because I know that, a coaching session with high-level mentors usually is a high-level investment, right? But I know that I love this community so much, and honoring a hell yes and a fast movement yes with you, I want to give you the opportunity to join that Momentum Masterclass with a 24-hour special invite. And so it's 222 for 24 hours for you to join that. And that's really a incredible opportunity to work with me. I know that. And I'm so excited to have you experience this freedom of, oh my God, now I know it. And this is what I want to do. And then you got to do it. And then things just click in. Like we just said in Cash Codes, in Success in HD, that suddenly clicks, and then you just move. And then the momentum kicks in. I will also break down the how-to. I create now 60K cash months, how they are come together, the business structures, how these income streams come in, the models behind it, so that you also have the strategy and understand that I don't have a big following. I don't have the 50 people in my classes. They're maximum 15, sometimes 8. And this is also new in this industry, that you see these coaches out there making millions, but they have also thousands and thousands of followers. How many followers do you have? And I tell you, you don't need, not even 200. You don't need that. And I want to show you and give you insight in my numbers and the behind the scenes, so that you understand, especially as a projector, that you don't need these big numbers. What you need is the momentum, is the energy, and then people come. And so I want to unlock you and call you forward to create that momentum. That's why the Momentum Masterclass happens next week. I will give you the details. So if you want in for 222, gonna drop momentum in the comments, and then you message me either on Facebook or Instagram, and then I send you the link and the details for the class next week. Okay. So I want to hear from you. How are you feeling right now? Do you feel shaken? Do you feel called forward? Do you feel activated? Because this is what I wanted to activate in you. And you perspective on you, a new perspective on this industry. Yes, you're in, Monica. I love it. I love my all-in ladies. So here's the thing. I want to celebrate really the clients that are already in cash codes and still investing even more momentum. And then I ask you, everyone else who's watching here and feel activated and not following this poll for this 222 masterclass. So here's exactly where I want to call you forward. Tanya, Lisa, Wendy, like, what's up with you? I say it very lovingly to show you current identity, saying what you want, opportunity here, where's the match? You're so activated, yes. I learned so much feeling called forward, awesome. Okay, so if you want one-on-one coaching with me, usually 1 hour, just to give you an idea. 1 hour currently, if you want to speak to me on a call for 1 hour, is 2,444 euros. So if you have the opportunity to come into a small circle to have a conversation, get coaching from me for 222 euros, I mean, no words, right? That's like, for me, it was a decision to not price that higher because I'm just on fire right now, to make the fire under your butt even warmer, to call you forward and create the momentum. And now it's about you making the decision and match that with actions. So if you want in, message me. It's 24 hours, the price, and then price goes up. The details about time and date, I will message you. All you need is Ashley, of course, girl. I love it. Ashley's also in. The only thing that you need is match your actions, your vision. That's all what you need to know. And then come into momentum. Let's create some fire there. Danielle as well. Like, I would love to work with your energy. All these amazing women here on the live, I see so much in you, but I'm a projector. I need the invitation to give it all. When I look at your Instagram and so I see it right there. So I will look at your Instagram, I give you feedback, but as a projector, I need the invitation. So the opportunity to get the information, get some new perspective on it, to unlock it. Like the ladies who are just signing up for being all in, they're a step ahead of the others now, for sure. And I'm so excited to do that with you. Okay, ladies, 2 hours. It was a pleasure. I had so much fun. I'm celebrating all of you who are in momentum. If you feel when you're not in cash codes, join cash codes, because we go deep into content creation, offer creation, messaging, sales, launching over the next 2 weeks. So if you want to join that, we still have space and we're gonna fly from tomorrow on. I want to celebrate with you with my green juice here. I'm feeling so nourished by all of you, and I'm so excited for momentum next week. Ashley, I love you. Thank you. Every time I get to share space with you, I'm so enthusiastic, energetic, get on a roll. Yes, that's my vibe. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna see you in my DMs for creating momentum in your business. 50K cash month, here we come. If you want to join, message me. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.